Hello, today is very cloudy and this is a video where I'm going to be talking at the same time in real life and cleaning my gouache palette. I am making this video because some of you said in one comment of the last video that it could be nice to see how I actually clean my palette. So this is what I'm going to do today. This is the natural state of my palette. This is a dry wash palette that I have always set up for work. I find this very convenient because all I have to do is to open it up and work. This is so nice because it shortened the time between the need to put some painting on the paper and the act of painting itself. So I have this little spray bottle. I read over the internet that you can also use some perfume spray instead of, so if you have at home some spray, tiny spray bottle for perfume, apparently it works also. I like this one because it is so tiny and it works perfect for putting in here or my pencil case, and I use it also with watercolors. But today we're working with this palette. So this is the natural state. I have all my colors displayed on top. I like this setup because I am able to paint directly from here. I have direct access to the mixing area. I took my palette and I spray all the colors like that, a little bit. And if the colors are really muddy, what I do is to, first of all, is to, with this water and a clean brush, I try to take out the excess of muddiness of contamination of other colors. I would love to say at the first place that I don't really mind that these colors are contaminated by other ones, because I think this is a non-stop process in which fresh paint and old paint are working together. But something that I don't do is putting some fresh paint on top of muddy paint. So at least, even if I can't take out all the paint, as here with the lemon yellow, for example, like you can see, it is not anymore a lemon yellow, it is a pistachio yellow, green. At least I take out as much as I can. This lemon yellow cracks a lot, so when you put the paint on top of here, if you put a lot, the paint will be cracking and there will be some tiny pieces will fall off. So I recommend to put a little bit at a time and let the paint dry and then put another one. So this is basically what I do. I took some painting off like that. I use my wash palette mostly for studies or little paintings, or even for traveling. So I treat this palette as a working palette as well as other palettes that I have, because at the end it is essential tool that I have to mix my colors. I learned how to mix my colors by mixing them directly from the colors. By this I mean I do not premix my colors. I think this is why all the colors are probably contaminated by the others, as well as in the oil painting palette, because I'm going to be reaching out each color individually, and my pencil will be contaminated by the previous mix. I work like that, so I don't mind. I don't find this as a problem or something to be fixed. What I do is that if I find that I need some fresh yellow, because this is clearly contaminated, I try to reach for some more clearly yellow that lays underneath. And if I can't find them because it is too late, what I do is simply to put some fresh paint over here. Or if I think this is there is a lot of paint here, I just need some fresh paint, I will put the paint here. It will be also useful for the mixing areas. I'd say that it is not that bad that the paintings are contaminated between each other. Is something very problematic, like white paint or like this yellow lemon, or if you really need to make some painting, some mix, some really saturated mix. So what I'm going to do this is to spray a little bit and to clean up the mixing areas. Like that. I like to do this with a paper towel, because, or if I haven't, I directly do it with this. I don't going to be cleaning my palette to make it fresh new because this is something that I don't do usually. So I am going to just clean my palette as I do usually when I want to make a painting session. So all of these I have to peel it out like that. This is really disgusting. But it works. It is disgusting, or not. Maybe I can clean out this thing. Clean up this one. I will maybe be swatching the colors to see, for you to see how they are already clean up and ready to use. So the first thing I found problematic, let's suppose that I didn't take with me my wash, my tube of wash, and I'm going to be painting with this dried wash palette. I probably be taking with me only a tube of wash of white paint, so I have white fresh paint, because this one I use it a lot, and it can be contaminated by other colors very quickly. So for example, I don't really mind here. I am starting to put some white, some yellow in it. I don't really mind that my white is contaminated because it is nice for sky mixing colors and other light mixings that are less saturated. But if I need something to pop up, like in this painting, for example, I was working out of this palette too, and I don't know if you appreciate the shushu. I don't know how to say. Do you say in English? This thing for the hair is something that it pop a lot in this painting. You could be still using this value for that. It is because the painting, the shushu, is surrounded by darker values, so it works, even if it is muddy. But if I find myself in lighter values and I need to something very saturated or not saturated, like less muddy, I will be needing some fresh white paint. And what I will be doing is, instead of putting like this here, I will be putting here directly, even if it is muddy. And you see, I will be using more or less the same brush. I don't know if you say the difference, you can tell the difference for sure. I'm going to be, look how I already cleaned that vermilion red, or it is more close to cadmium red. That in here my cobalt blue is running out, so what I'm going to do is to put some just cobalt blue directly in its place. I don't put that much. I like to use my colors to put the colors here. Yeah, you can tell the difference. I am just thinking about this thing right now. If the fact of having muddy colors, the colors are contaminated and stuff, bothers you, and you have a similar palette, maybe we can have two lines of colors, and having on top the one who are made for being muddy, and on the bottom the one who are made for being not muddy. Maybe could be nice. So this is the color. This is ultramarine blue. This is raw amber. This is viridian. This is straight out of the tube, these two. This is burnt amber, and the last one, lamp black. If one color is very moody, I try to I try to recuperate as much as I can by doing this. But sometimes you can't, so you put some fresh paint and I use this for mixing. So as I was saying, because my battery died, if I have to make, for example, a green from some landscape, I don't mind if these are muddy, these are contaminated. So I'm doing, for example, a green, and it will be ending like that at some point. So this is the reality. Took some of this. Let's say or finally I am not having in mind a reference picture, so I'm doing whatever comes to my imagination to show you how I actually work with my palette. This way, the painting is not fresh. So when I took the painting, I have to dilute it with water, because otherwise I can't take out the painting. Because without water I can took some, but I cannot spray. So if I want to have more painting on my brush, I will going to be putting some fresh paint, or using a medium. This one. And then you can so once I finished, let's say once I finish painting, what I do is to clean the palette. And then I close the palette. And that's all. Thank you so much. See you next time, and thank you. Bye.